guys, welcome to my financial reading. So I'm just gonna start off with your element and see why you are currently having financial blockages, and then we'll look at any advice or look at future events in regards to your finances. So we're gonna start off with those of you that identify with an air placement. So if you are Libra, Gemini, or an Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising, let's see what is the cause of your financial blockages. Okay, so we have the King of Swords, overall energy. We have the Emperor. So kind of starting off with this, it feels as if, maybe there's some sort of power struggles or control issues. Maybe you are trying to establish your dominance over someone else who is dominant over you. There could be someone that does not want you to get ahead, whether you work for yourself or you work for a company. It just seems like there is some sense of control going on. Now, also, it could be you. Like maybe there's a blockage due to some sort of self-sabotage. Maybe it is your unwillingness to bend. But especially if it's to bend towards someone, for someone else. Like you're not willing to do that. You just want to continue to be in control and establish your dominance here. Now, it also seems that there could be an issue in regards to communication. So maybe you are not effectively communicating or expressing yourself in some way. So let's say you want a promotion at work, but you're not really speaking about it or communicating that. Maybe you're waiting for someone to acknowledge your work, and it's like that's not going to work. You have to speak out about it. You have to say something. So I feel like there could be a block in communication, but it does definitely seem like there is something that is blocking you from moving ahead. If you have any type of ideas or something that you want to play around with, I feel like maybe you're afraid or you're holding back. Maybe you're being too quiet or too secretive about certain things. But I do feel that you can achieve that financial abundance that you're looking for. Yeah. And I feel like you're also being observed. If this is a situation where someone is considering you for another position, if you work like at a company or something, it does look like you're being watched or observed. I don't know if this person doesn't trust putting you in a higher position, or if this person is not trusting their intuition when it comes to whether or not you're the right person to give a raise to. Like, should I give this person a raise? So I feel like maybe if someone is in charge of you or someone is in a higher position, this person is not really ready to give you a raise or allow you to have like a higher position. They're not trusting you just yet. They're observing you and trying to figure out if you're worthy of a raise. But I do feel like ultimately you'll have it. Now, if you work for yourself, it still might be an issue of not trusting your intuition, second guessing yourself, and having some sort of doubts. Your internal fears could be blocking you. And then too, it just seems like the need to like communicate or express something. I do feel that if there is something that you're doing, like you've been nurturing some sort of idea or you've been nurturing your business, you will see the fruits of your labor. I do feel like something's going to blossom. So you're needing to just have more patience with yourself. All right, so let's see what is causing a financial block for earth signs. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Rising. If you are dealing with financial blockages, what is the cause? All right, 10 of Cups so far, and the Lovers. So I feel like family could be the block. Maybe you're having to focus on your family, family first. You're looking out for their needs, which in a sense could be distracting you from making the money that you need to make. Maybe you're also maybe too comfortable with family, or you're kind of in a honeymoon phase right now of life, and so you're more fixated on your emotional needs rather than your financial needs. You also could be distracted from a relationship, especially if you're involved in some sort of love triangle. You're too fixated on that, so you're unable to maybe make your money because of that. Now, it also could be a literal Gemini that is causing some sort of blockage. I feel too like maybe you're under a spell, or you're looking at an illusion. You're holding on to an illusion, and maybe you're needing to be more realistic about something. Definitely could be family though. But the thing is that it looks like you're happy. Like you're happy. Maybe you do want money right now, but you're also just like having fun at the moment. And maybe you are taking on an attitude of, you know, like you're in vacation mode, and you're like, I'll focus on the money when I need to. I'll focus on it later. But it does seem like you're really focused on family, having fun, a child. If you just had a child, it's like that's where your focus is right now. You also could be in a relationship where your person is very protective, and they're just like, I don't want you working, I'll be the provider. And so that's kind of like getting in the way. Spiritually, it could be that you're kind of focused on something generational, like you're trying to heal your generational or like if you have generational curses. Like, I'm just so sick of like generational curses, but it's like you're trying to heal that or fix it. And so you haven't really had time to focus on money or finances. But for the most part, I kind of feel like a lot of you might be in some sort of honeymoon phase, or you're in love, and like there's a distraction with that. Now, you also could be that you're living your dream life, or you have like your dream job. But just because you have your dream job, maybe you're not worried about like the finances. You're like, the money will come. I love this job, so this is what I'm going to do. For some of you, maybe you just don't have to worry about money. Maybe right now you're receiving unemployment or workers' comp, or you're retired. Just something's going on where you just seem like you don't really have to worry about money right now. You're in vacation mode. But if you don't mean to be that way and you do want your money, then I feel like you're going to have to break free from vacation mode. All right, so let's see for fire signs. What is the cause of your financial blockages? All right, you have the Two of Swords and the Eight of Cups. So fire signs, seems like you are just kind of stuck in a rut, and maybe you're having to, like, you're lost. I feel like you're just kind of stuck. You don't know what to do. Feels like you had to move on from a situation or give up on a situation. I feel like your emotions are maybe getting in the way. Your emotions are obstructing your view. And you also may not be able to hear your intuition. You might be holding on to a career that you need to walk away from. Maybe you've already fulfilled your destiny in regards to whatever it is that you're doing, and you just kind of like need to move on or let go. It's time for you to branch off into something new, learn a new skill. Now, it does look like, you will have success once you're ready to move on from the past or whatever it is that you're holding on to. And I feel like you also need to have the courage to step out and do something new. You're undergoing some sort of emotional transformation. Another thing I'm getting is that if you're at a crossroads, you don't want to make a decision. You're like, I don't want to decide. I just want the universe to make some sort of decision for me. So something's going on where you need to make some sort of decision, or you can wait for the universe to decide for you, but that's the predicament that you're in. You're kind of like stuck. I feel like you need courage. You need to do something in faith or trust. I don't want to say have blind faith, but yeah, it does seem like you need to take a leap of faith. You're in your head too much. You're thinking more so about all the things that could go wrong as opposed to the things that could be right, or go right rather. It also looks like maybe at one point you were feeling successful, or you were getting like a lot of attention, you felt motivated, and maybe that has been taken away from you, or you had to walk away from that. I just feel like for the most part it's time for you to go in a different direction. I feel that your uniqueness or your individualism is what made you successful in the past, but now it's like you're having to walk away from that. You're not trusting your intuition with something, though. You really need to let go and trust your intuition and step out on faith. You need to have more courage or confidence in the things that you're wanting to do. And you need to believe in yourself. You're having too many doubts. There could be something also blocking you in regards to a water sign or another fire sign. But I feel like this is about you needing to go within and move forward with something new, something that you've been curious about. Trust your intuition. I feel like your intuition is talking to you. You just need to believe it. All right, let's see what is causing blockages for water signs. Financial blockages for water signs. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Sun, Moon, or Rising. All right, so you have the Three of Wands. Overall energy, the Six of Wands. Well, I kind of feel for you that success is on the way. It's just a matter of waiting. There is some sort of anticipation, but it does look like your ship is coming in. I feel like you will be in a position to have the comfort and luxuries that you want. I feel like something's already happening for you. Something is in the works. I feel like it's pretty positive. Now, if you are an influencer, the blockages could potentially be coming from your followers. Like maybe your followers have not been supporting you, and maybe you've been waiting on the support of your followers. The other thing I get that could be blocking you is something in regards to either your mother or something in regards to your physical appearance, but more so you having like a lack of confidence about yourself, and that's holding you back for whatever reason. Especially maybe you do something where you're in a spotlight and you feel like if you can't live up to something, to some sort of image, that you know you can't do XYZ, or you can't make the type of money that you want to make. One other thing I'm getting is that the career field that you're in could be saturated. Oh my God, I couldn't say it. Especially if you're an influencer or you're into beauty. See, I feel like you had success in the past, but something isn't coming together moving forward. It seems to be some sort of letdown or disappointment. The outcome, I feel like, has to do with you needing to have courage and strength in what you do, or things that you're wanting to explore. Now, you also might have a secret enemy. Someone who you thought was supportive of you could really be a secret enemy and could be trying to bring you down or tear you down. Someone might want your position, so you could be dealing with some sort of betrayal. No matter what it is that you do, whether you work independently or if you work at a company, if you're an influencer, but it does seem like maybe someone wants to bring you down or someone wants your spot. So maybe there's been some sort of deception coming from people who follow or support you. Could be a Leo or a Libra. All right, let's see what messages there are in general. Well, I'm going to go ahead and use the Kipper deck. All right, so for air signs, what advice is there to increase finances? All right, so you have message, overall energy, pathway. So I feel like maybe there is a new pathway opening up for you, and you're needing to follow that. You also might either need to send a message or read a message that you haven't read yet. So we also have thief. So there is some kind of deception happening that needs to be resolved. Maybe you're needing to report theft. Whoever is being deceptive towards you feels that they can. This is someone who feels that you don't deserve success or you don't deserve to have what you have, and I feel like this person maybe wants it. So I kind of feel like maybe you're needing to report someone who is being deceptive. Maybe you also don't want to talk that, like I was saying, you don't want to speak up about something or talk about something or communicate it, whereas maybe you're needing to. So I don't know how this is going to manifest for you, whether you work at a company or for yourself, but I feel like you're needing to report someone who is stealing from you or someone who's being deceptive. All right. What advice is there for earth signs in order to increase finances? All right, you have great fortune, overall energy, sudden wealth. So you guys might already be headed towards some sort of, finances, and not even trying to. It just looks like good fortune could be coming to you. Maybe this is something that you deserve, or it has been in a long time coming. But I feel like your luck is getting ready to change. And it looks like when you receive your fortune, you're going to pass it along. You're going to share with your community, or you're going to do something that is kind of like donating. You're going to pay it forward. It also could be that, you know, you could do that now, even if you feel like you don't have it. You can still maybe give what you can. And that's going to bring you some sort of abundance. You could be getting ready to inherit something, or if you've been waiting for, you know, workers' comp, maybe it's finally coming through. You may have had to go through the courts to get something that belongs to you. Maybe something is like a tax write-off. If you do come into some sort of winnings, of course the government is going to get its share. But yeah, I feel like you, Earth, really don't have to do too much. I feel that there is abundance coming towards you. And the only other thing I'm picking up is that, you know, make sure you pay it forward. All right, so let's see what advice there is for fire signs. How fire signs can remove blockages or increase their wealth. All right, so you also have courthouse, overall energy, family room. So maybe there is something that you can do. Okay, so let's say you have property. Maybe there is something that you can do legally with your property, like rent out a room, or maybe you can rent out your home. I kind of feel like something is within your reach. Like you have the resources to work with in order to increase your finances. Feels like you might have to do something through the court system. This could also be, you know, selling your home, or if you have any type of real estate, maybe selling it. Now, it also could be an investment. Maybe you're needing to sell off something, like if you have stocks, maybe sell that off. House. Yeah, so definitely seems like this is for those of you that have real estate. If you're wanting to increase your finances, there is something in regards to real estate. Now, it could be that you're just needing to get into real estate. If you were already thinking about that, or if that's something you've been curious about, maybe this is a sign that yes, go into real estate. But definitely could be talking about something in regards to your property. Yeah. And also, if you have property, there may be someone who is looking at it or who's interested in your property. And maybe there's an opportunity to sell. Now, the courthouse, this also could be representing like the bank. I don't know if the bank is wanting your property. Maybe you could work from home. But I feel like there is something literal talking about your home as a means to income or expanding your income. Maybe you could use your home for something or sell it. If you have if you don't own your home, it still seems like it's something that you can do. Excuse me. Maybe maybe you have things that you can sell. Sorry about that. Yeah, maybe there are things that you can sell, or maybe you can just work from home. I don't know, but I feel like something about your home is the secret to increasing your finances. All right, so let's see what advice there is for water signs. Okay, you have despair and overall energy, distant horizons. Well, it does look like something, you're anchored to something. You might be carrying the weight of something. Something may have become too big of a burden. So maybe you're needing to let go of something, even if initially it seems like you're having to cut your losses. Now, the other thing, unfortunately, is that maybe something is part of your karma and you're having to experience this for the time being. You also may need to speak to someone or share your thoughts with someone, get some sort of advice. Something's weighing you down. It may not be something about where you live could also be like a burden. Like maybe there's no jobs where you're living at, and you would have to commute really far to make a living. Or maybe you're just needing to move. It just seems like you're carrying like a heavy debt right now, and you're trying to figure out how to get out of this situation. You're dealing with some sort of constraints right now. It might be more difficult for you to get out of some sort of debt that you're in. You also might need some sort of legal advice. Seems too like you're having to do something that you don't really want to do, but you know, you might have to do it. You're having to get other people involved in your situation for help, and you may not want to. All right, so those are the messages that I have, but hopefully some things have resonated. Thank you guys for watching. Sending you love and grace.